show. We have been doing this for the last few summers, hiring another organization to have performances for us, but this year we've been working with the direction of Casey Rush and producing this show ourselves, so we're really excited about the turnout and how the whole show is going. We are a non-profit organization, and our mission is to educate the community in the performing arts. We're always looking for volunteers, we're looking for performers. We would love to have your help backstage, we'd love to have your help on stage. If you like to carry heavy equipment, we can always use help with that. And we will be having a Christmas show this year called Closed for Christmas, and the auditions for that will be September 19th at the high school, MDI High School. As far as being a nonprofit goes, we do appreciate your donations, and in the back there with the table with lights, we have Angel who is taking your donations, and we have programs. If you weren't able to get over there, we certainly do appreciate that so that we can continue to offer these programs. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy Midsummer Night's Dream.
And now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring on a new moon. But oh, methinks how slow the old moon wanes. It lingers my desires like unto a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in nights, and 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night with our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate! Stir the Athenian youth to merriment! Awake the pert and nimble spirit of youth! Turn melancholy out to funerals. That pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing the injury, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
My thanks, good Aegis. What news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so that she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god. One who composed your beauty, and one to whom you are but a figure made in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, lacking your father's voice, the other should be held worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes with his judgment must look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or abjure forever the company of men. So, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood. Whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you may endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be a shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns at a cold and fruitless moon. Thrice blessed are they that master so their blood, and make such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy the rose distilled than that which, hanging on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So shall I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. For by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for bonds of lifelong fellowship, on that day be prepared to die for disobedience to your father's will. Or else wed Demetrius as he would. Or on Diana's altar, in protest for austerity and a single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, you thy craze entitled to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I therefore estate unto Demetrius.
But I am, my lord, as well derived as he. And what's more, my love is more than his. My fortunes in every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as to Demetrius. And what's more, I have won the heart of beauteous Hermia. Well, why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch to his head, made love to Nader's daughter Helena and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess I had heard so much, and to Demetrius thought to speak thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But come, Demetrius, come, Aegis, I have some private schooling for you both. Hermia, arm yourself to suit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens, which I may by no means extenuate, will call for you to die or live a single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, love? Go, Aegis, go, Demetrius. I must employ you in some business against my nuptials and confer with you about something that very nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
Oh, how now, my love? How chance do the roses on my cheek fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ah, me. Not that I could ever hear or read, tell by tale or history. Of course, a true love never did run smooth. Or else it was different in blood.
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled too low.
Or ultimate graffid in respect to years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Or if it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there was sympathy in the choice. If war, death, or sickness could lay siege to it, make it swift as a shadow, momentary as a sound, brief as a lightning in a call at night. Then in his spleen both heaven and earth could unfold, and man doth have chance to say, behold, before the jaws of darkness do swallow it up. So quickly bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever crossed, then it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, or fancy's followers.
A good persuasion, my love. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widowed aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From her house Athens is remote 7 leagues, and she regards me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to a place where sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and meet me in the woods, a league without a town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to the morn of May. There, I will wait for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when Trojan under false sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow, truly, will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, my love. Oh, look, here comes Helena.
Oh, Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, were favor so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking liquid pearls of bladed grass, at a time where lovers doth conceal, from Athens' gate we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my love. And Helena, adieu. As you unto Demetrius, Demetrius dotes on you.
How happy some or others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this halesome heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood he will tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all of Athens able to play at our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Petroquince, Say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Marry our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Petroquince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus,
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
a lover that kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest.
Francis Flute.
Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Ercles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the
This is
bellows.
Ercles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Petroquince.
You, Flute, must take Thisbe on you.
What is this be? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith! Let not me play a woman, for I have a beard coming.
That is all well. You shall play it in a mask and speak as small as you want.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne, Thisne, oh Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, no, you must play no part but Pyramus. You, Flute, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Petroquince.
You, Starveling, will take on Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Petroquince.
You, Tom Snout, will take on Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And here we have a play well fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? I pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
No. You would do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek. And that would be enough to hang us all.
That would hang us every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and twere any nightingale.
No. No. You must play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. A proper man. As one shall see on a sunny day. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you shall play it barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts. I am to entreat you, desire you, and entrust you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight, where we will rehearse For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of properties, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we will meet.
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you? Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. We do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and we serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors, and in those freckles live their savors. We must go and seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou love of spirits, we'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape into making quite, or else you're that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens in the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife turn, and sometime make the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakst aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I just to Oberon and make him smile, when I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguiled, being in likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and down her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. And somebody from her bum down topples she, tail cries and falls into a cough. Then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, as in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to bring their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Egil break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer spring met we on hill or dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or the beached margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the wind, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, hath sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox, therefore, hath stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained. The fold stands empty in the drowned field. The crows are fatted with the Murrian flock. The nigh men's moors is filled up with mud. The quaint mazes in the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want the winter. No night is now with him or peril blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough is this temperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Heim's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries. And the mazed world by their increase knows not which is which. And it is the same progeny of evil that comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents, and originals.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania thrust her order on you? I do but beg a little Christian boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child who is understated. His mother was a votress of my lord, and it was spicy to diner by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarking traders of the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind. And she, with pretty and swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land and fetch me trifles and return again, as if from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance, till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels go with us. If not, shun me, and I shall spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide downright of my longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove until I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil in her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal, throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, that it might pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon. The imperial votaress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet, marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it on lion, or bear, or wolf, or bull, or meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not.
Who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? The one outside the other slayeth me. Thou told me they were sown into this wood, and here I am in wood within this wood, because I cannot meet with fair Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on thee.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to commit yourself to the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege for that. It is not night when I do see your face, therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run where you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The mild hind pursues the griffin. The dove makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed where cowardice pursues, and valor flies.
I'll not say thy questions. Let me go. Or, if thou follow me, do not believe I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I in the temple, the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. Oh, we cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank whereon the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it. Seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, as he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And meet me thou here again ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come. Now a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of minute hence, some to kill cankers in the muskrose buds, some to war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves' coats, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits.
Spotted snakes with double tongue, for the edge just not seen. Mutes and blind ones do no wrong. Come not near your fairy queen. Fill well with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm come your lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby. These spiders come not here, hence you long make spinners hence. Beetles black approach not near, worm nor snail do no offense. Fill well with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm come your lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby.
Now, to your offices, and let me rest.
Hence away, now all is well. One aloof, stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou doth wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint while wandering through the woods. And to speak troth, I seem to have forgotten our way. Oh, we'll rest us here, dear Hermia, and travel on with the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
This turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, two bosoms, one bed, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of my innocence. Love's meaning is open to love's conference. What I mean is my heart unto yours is knit, so that one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained in an oath, so two bosoms, a single troth. So lying by your side, no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much besure my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say, Lysander lied, but, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor, and may, so far, be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter to thy sweet life end.
Oh, amen, amen to the fair prayer, say I, and end life where I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed. Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despiseth the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She durst not lie near this black love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I do throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So, awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Oh, stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead, or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Oh, transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom I see thy heart. Oh, where's Demetrius? How fit a word whose name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord? What though? Yet Hermia loves you still, then be content.
Content with Hermia? Oh, no, I do repent. The tedious moments with her I have spent, not with Hermia, but with Helena I love, who will not trade a raven for a dove. The will of a man is by his reason swayed, and reason states that you are the worthier maid. Things grown are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, still not ripe to reason, but now reaching the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes where I overlooked love's stories and love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough. It's not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner, me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should have another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near, for as a surfeit to the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that all men do leave, hated most of all by those they do deceive. So now my surfeit, my heresy, hated by all, but most of me. But using all my power and all my might, I will honor Helen and become her knight.
Help me. Lysander, help me. Oh, do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay, me, for pity. What a dream was here. Oh, Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, while you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound? perceive you are not mine. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, here's a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hocko break our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Petriquince,
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By your lakin, a perilous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all's done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
We shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No. Make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must say that he is not a lion.
Name. You must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are, and there indeed, let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is... Snug the Joiner!
Well, there are still 2 hard things. For we must bring moonlight into the chamber, for as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine!
Yes, doth shine that night.
Why, then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window, where we play, open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Well, that may be. Then we may bring in a person or a man to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then, there is another thing. We must build the wall in the great chamber. For as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. But what say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him, to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have finished your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone, according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, speak. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of Odious savor sweet.
Odors,
Odors savor sweet, and so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice? Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Marry must you, for he goes but to hear a voice that he has seen, and then is to return again.
most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose, a most triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Innie's tomb.
Ninus, Jew man, you must not speak that. That you speak to Pyramus. You say all of your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, you have missed your cue. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! Pray, masters! Fly, masters! Oh, help! Woo!
Oh.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound. A hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire. And neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an asset of your own, do ya?
Bless thee, Bottom! Bless thee! Thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The owl so cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth bark, and dares not answer For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note, as is mine eye enthralled to thy form. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me upon first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that, and yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. More the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee. They'll fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so, thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready.
And I.
And I? Where should we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricocks and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humblebees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, to light them with the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed.
and to arise. Pluck the wings from the painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail, hail, hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peace Blossom.
I pray you commend me to your mother, Mistress Squash, and to your father, Master Peascod. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire more acquaintance of you too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you your kindred have made my eyes water ere now. I desire your more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, do him courtesies. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
Messenger? How now, man spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with a monster, is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thickskin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I to him at this advantage take, and as his knoll I fix it on his head, anon his Thisby must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the guns report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp here, o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their senses thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, for elders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when, in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I bid thee do?
I took him while he was sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon that this earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brothers noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierce through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then? never numbered among men. Oh, once. Tell true. Tell true even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege. Never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, her death that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy prison must perforce ensue a true love turn, and not a false turn true.
Then fate all rules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About this wood go, swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sickens she, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion look thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, that when his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena, is here at hand, and the youth mystify me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then we'll two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Oh, but why should you think that I woo and scorn? Well, scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, I vow, I weep, and vow so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith, prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more when truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh. It's both as light as tails.
Oh, I had no judgment when to her I swore.
No, none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
But Demetrius loves Hermia, and loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is money, oh how ripe and show thy lips, kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus no fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdst up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite. Oh, hell. I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? You were men, as men you are in show. You would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I know you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. So be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. So here, With all goodwill, with all my heart, with Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena me bequeath, whom I do love, and will until my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If ever I loved her, that love is gone. My heart to her is but guess why I sojourned. And now to Helen is a poem returned, there to remain.
Oh, Helena, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou shalt abide it dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye its function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should one stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, thou would not let him bide. O fair Helena, who more in guilt night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermes, most ungrateful maid. Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared? The sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, is all forgot? All school days friendships? Childhood innocence? We, Hermes, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. And so we grew together, like two double cherries seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like coats and heraldry, do it to one and crown it with one crest. And do you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Did you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore seeks he this to whom he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul and tender me? Forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent. What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mows upon me when I turn my back, wink each another, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you will not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Oh, hear my excuse, gentle Helena, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Oh, you can compel no more than she entreats. Your threats hold no more strength than her weak prayers.
Oh.
Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by all that I will lose for thee, to prove him false. Who says I love thee not?
I say I love thee more than he can do.
Oh, if say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you cantaloupe!
No, sir, you will seem to break loose, but take on as you would bow. But yet come not, you are a tame man. Go!
Hang off, thou cat, thy bird, vile thing, let loose, for I shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? Why so? Ah, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she may compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes!
You must be gentlemen! Let her not hurt me! I was never cursed! I have no gift at all in shrishness! I'm a right maid for my cowardice! Let her not strike me! You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her!
Lower! Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsel, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. Shoot me, yes, and threatened me, to strike me, burn me, think to kill me too, and now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens and bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone! Who is it that hinders you?
'Tis a foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
Demetrius.
Fear not, Helen. She shall not hurt me.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hinder and not breath, you bead, you acorn!
You are too ambitious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend ever so little of show love to her, thou shalt abide it.
What? Shall I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I shall not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander?
I am Lysander.
Since night you loved me. Yet since night you left me. And then you left me. Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Ah, me. By my life, I never did desire to see thee more thus. Be out of hope, of question, doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee. And love fair Helena. She holds me not now. Now follow me, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by Joel.
You, mistress! All this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I'm amazed, and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? Then so far blameless proves my enterprise, as I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it so did sort, as their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie, therefore, Robin, overcast this night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray that one come not within another's way. like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and look thou lead them from each other thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to render from thence all air with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem but a dream and fruitless vision. Then back to Athens will the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night-swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damaged spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest day shall look their shames upon, they willfully exile themselves from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns to yellow gold his salt green streams. But, notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we shall effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town, gobble and lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawing ready. Where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me, then, to plainer ground. Speak, Lysander, thou runaway, thou coward! Speak! In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for war and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He's defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here. He goes before me, yet still dares me on. I come where he calls, and then he is gone. This villain, much lighter heeled than I. The faster I do follow, the faster he does fly. What taken I am, in a dark, uneven way. I'll rest myself here, come break a day, but once you show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius, and revenge this spite. Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for while I walk thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockst me. If ever I thy face by daylight see, thou shalt buy this dear. But go thy way, faintness constraineth me, to measure out my length upon this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these, that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three. Come one more, two of both kinds make up four. Here she is, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me, till break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakes, thou takes true delight in thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that every man should take his own in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large, ew, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped humble bee on the top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, Signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your knife, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Cavallary Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, Monsieur, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some poetry, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in poetry. Let's have the imes and the rhymes.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his golden complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
Devouring time, blunt thou the lion's paws, and make the earth devour her own sweet brood. Click the keen teeth from the fierce tiger's jaws, and burn the long-lived phoenix in her blood. Make glad and sorry seasons as thou fleets, and do whate'er thou wilt, swift-footed time, to the wide world and all her fading sweets. But I forbid thee one more heinous crime. O carve not with the hours my love's fair brow, nor draw no lines there with thine antique pen. Him in thy course untainted do allow, for beauty's pattern to succeeding men. Yet do thy worst, old time. Despite thy wrong, my love shall in my verse ever live young.
Not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme. But you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with sluttish time. When wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry, not Mars's sword nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory. Gainst death and all oblivious enmity you shall pace forth, and your praise will find room even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world down to its ending doom. So till the judgment that yourself arise, you will live in this and dwell in lover's eye.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds. Admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when the alteration binds, or bends with a mover to move. Oh no, it is the ever-fixing mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickles compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ nor no man ever loved.
Oh. Now say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy who shall seek thee out the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But, I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Oh, sleep thou, and I shall wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be all ways away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Thou seest this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew, which sometimes is wont to swell upon the bud like round and orient pearls, stood now in the pretty floweret's eyes like tears which did their own disgrace bewail. When I had, at my pleasure, taunted her, and she, in mild terms, begged my patience, I then did ask of her her Indian boy, which straight she gave me, and her fairy bid to send him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will release this hateful imperfection of her eye, and, gentle Puck, remove this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, so that he may, awaking when the others do, back again to Athens all repair, and think no more of this night's accidents than as the sweet vexations of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be. See as thou was wont to see. Dian's bud over Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. And now, my Titania, my sweet queen, awake you.
My Oberon! What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off his head.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. For now thou and I are new in amity, and tomorrow night shall solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall these pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade, for we the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
And since we have the avoward of the day, my love can hear the music of my hounds uncoupled in the western valley. And then, fair queen, we will up to the mountain top to hear the musical confusion and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bell. A cry more tunable has not been hollered to, nor cheered with horns, in Crete, in Sparta, or in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter, here asleep. This Lysander is? This Demetrius. And this Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they awoke early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegis, is not this the day Hermia gives answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, gentle friends. St. Valentine's is past. Begin these lovebirds but to couple now.
Oh, pardon, my lord.
I pray you, all of you, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord to the world, where hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
I shall reply, my lord, most amazedly, half sleeping, half waking, yet I cannot say how I came here. But methinks, and so I say, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we may be without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough, enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their self, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither following them, fair Helen in fancy following me. But, my lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, that my love to Hermia, melted as of snow, seems to me as a remembrance of an idol god that in my childhood I did dote upon. Now all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But, like in sickness, did I loathe this food. But, as in health, come to my natural taste, do I wish for it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Young lovers, we are fortunately met. Enough of this discourse, we more will hear anon. Aegis, I will overbear your will.
But my lord!
For in the temple, by and by, with us, these two couples shall eternally be knit. And since now the morning is something spent, our proposed plan of hunting shall be set aside, and away we will to Athens 3 and 3, to hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, my Hippolyta.
things seem small and undistinguishable, like far mountains turn into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Did not our Duke bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow him to the temple.
Yea, then we are awake. Let us follow him and on the way recount our dreams.
You have got a choice.
You comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho! Petra Quince, flute the bellows mender, snap the tinker, starveling. God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. There is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. Man is but a patch fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Petra Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet? He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not forward, then please marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
Nay, there is not a man all in Athens able to discharge Pyramus as he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftman in Athens.
He is a good man, and a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus for nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these lads?
Oh, most courageous day! Almost happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Oh, sweet Bottom, we will listen.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
"'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of."
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend far more than cool reason can ever comprehend. Lunatics, lovers, and poets are of imagination all one compact. One sees more devils than the vast hell can hold. That's the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in the brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth to heaven, and as his imagination bodies forth the form of things unknown, the poet's pen gives them shape, and airy nothings are giving local habitations and names. These tricks have strong imagination, and if one but apprehends some joy, one can comprehend the bringer of that joy. Or, in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, the more witnesseth than fancies images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Oh, here come the young lovers. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love to accompany your hearts.
More than to us to wait in your royal waits, your walks, your beds.
Here now, what masks, what dances? How will we pass the long age of 3 hours between after dinner and bedtime? Where's our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Surely there is some play to pass the anguish of a tortured hour. Call Philostrate!
Here, great Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask, what music? How will we beguile the lazy hour, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Will none of that. That I've already shared with my love in honor of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. Oh, that's an old device. It was last played when I from Thebes returned a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. Well, that is some satire keen and critical, not fitting for a nuptial ceremony. The tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How do we find the concord to this discord?
There is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But at 10 words it is too long. Which makes it tedious, for in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must admit, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never.
And what are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, who never labored in their minds till now. And now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this play against your nuptial.
and we will hear it.
No! My noble lord, it is not for you. I have seen it over, and it is nothing. Nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play. For nothing can go amiss when simpleness and duty do render it. Go and bring them in, and find your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged and duty in his service perishing.
Oh, my sweet, you'll see no such thing.
She says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport is to take what they mistake. What poor duty cannot do, noble respect can take in might, not merit. Where I have gone, great clerks have composed premeditated welcomes, and I've seen them shiver and grow pale, place periods in the midst of sentences, throttle practiced accents out of fear. Then in conclusion they broke off dumbly, not giving me welcome. Trust me, my sweet, of this silence yet I'd take a welcome. For love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speak most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let her approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will, that you should think we come not to offend, but with our good will, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This woman doth not stand on points.
She has wrote her prologue like a rough colt. A good moral, my lord, is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, she hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
Her speech is like a tangled chain, intact but all disordered. Who's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder on, 'cause truth makes all things told. This man is Pyramus, if you should know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man, with lime rough cast, doth present wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and add to which they were content, poor souls, to whisper as a cheek. At the which let no man wonder, this woman with lanthorn, dog, bush of thorn, doth presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo this grisly beast, which by name Lionhide, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall, and lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth, and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with blade
with bloody flames ablaze. He bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. And all the rest let moonshine, lion, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here we do remain.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may what many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I'd have you think had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper, often very secretly. This stone, this loam and rough cast, doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the frightful lovers are to whisper.
You desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition I ever heard discourse, my lord.
But Pyramus is approaching the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked night! Oh, night with hue so black! Oh, night, which ever art when day is not! Oh, night! Oh, night! Alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that stands between her father's grounds and mine. The wall, oh sweet and lovely wall. Show me thy chink, to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what's the eye? No Thisbe do I see? Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss! Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me!
I wonder if the wall, being reasonable, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall flat as I told you. Yonder she comes!
Oh, wall! For often hast I heard thy moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me, and often have I kissed thy stones, with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice! Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love! Thou art my love, I think!
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and, like Lymander, am I trusty still.
And I like Harry to the fates me kill!
Not Shaftless to Procris was so true.
That's Procris to Shaftless, I to you!
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not you at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and, being done, thus wall away doth go.
Thus is the mural down between two neighbors.
There's no remedy, my lord, when one wall is so apt to hear without warning?
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best of this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then and not theirs.
If we imagine them as well as they imagine themselves, they may pass for excellent men. But here are two noble beasts, a moon and a lion.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts doth not fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance sweep a quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, snug the joiner, am a lion fell, and there's no lion's dam. Or if I should come as lion with strife into this place, pity on my life.
A gentle beast and of good conscience.
The very best of the beasts I've ever saw, my lord.
This lion is very fox for his valor.
And a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
A goose cannot carry a fox, therefore his discretion cannot carry his valor. But let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
She should have worn the horns on her head.
She's not in crescent. Her horns are invisible within their circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the woman in the moon, do seem to be.
Oh, this is the worst error yet. The woman should be in the lantern. How else can she be the woman in the moon?
She dares not go there, for you see, the candle is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would she would change.
It appears by her small light of discretion that she is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon, I the woman in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tune. Wherefore art thou here in this?
Oh, Lord, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And here comes Pyramus.
And the lion vanishes.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest this beside. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor night, what dreadful dawn is here? Eyes do you see? How can it be? Oh dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good? What? Stained with blood? Approach ye furies fell, oh fates, come, come, cut, thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quail.
Such passion in the death of a dear friend could be near to make a man look sad.
Through my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered, my dear, which is